Gather round, folks. Let me take you back to a time when dreams were as wild as the West itself, and legends roamed these very trails. This is the story of Old Jake, a name whispered in the winds of Silver Creek. Now, Jake wasn't your ordinary cowboy. He was a dreamer, fueled by a map he believed led to treasure hidden deep in the hills, gold so bright it could light up the darkest nights. Folks around here chuckled at him, calling him a fool chasing mirages. But Old Jake? He wore his heart on his sleeve and a fierce belief in his soul. What they didn't know was that Jake was searching for more than just gold. You see, he'd been orphaned young, and that loneliness clung to him like a shadow. He longed for a place to belong, a sense of worth that the riches he sought could never provide. After months of riding, battling the elements, and facing the wilderness, Jake found himself weary by the banks of Silver Creek one fateful evening. As he gazed into the shimmering water, despair threatened to swallow him whole. Just then, an old prospector ambled by, his face weathered by time and experience. Noticing Jake's sorrow, the prospector sat down beside him. "What's got you down, son?" he asked, eyes twinkling like stars. Jake sighed, pouring out his heart about the gold he sought, how it had consumed his every thought. The old man listened patiently, then leaned closer and said, "Gold ain't worth much if it leaves you empty inside. Sometimes, the real treasure lies in the journey, not the destination." Those words struck Jake like a thunderclap. Suddenly, the weight of his obsession lifted. He realized he'd been so fixated on finding gold that he'd overlooked the beauty of the ride, the friendships formed over campfires, the laughter shared under the moonlight, the lessons learned in each setback. With a heart ignited by newfound purpose, Jake decided to shift his focus. Instead of pursuing gold, he dedicated himself to the community. He taught young cowboys the ropes, sharing stories of adventure and resilience, instilling in them the courage to chase their own dreams. Years rolled on, and Jake's name became synonymous with kindness, wisdom, and camaraderie. He never did uncover that elusive gold, but he became richer in spirit than he ever thought possible. The town embraced him as one of their own, and he found the belonging he had sought for so long. As the old cowboy's tale winds to a close, the flames flicker and dance, illuminating the faces of those gathered. The warmth of his story envelopes them, leaving behind a powerful message. So remember, friends, he says, leaning forward as if sharing a secret, as you travel your own paths, it's not always the treasure at the end that matters. It's the journey, the friendships, the lessons, and the heart you share along the way. Embrace every step, for each one is a part of your own story. With that, he leans back, the fire crackling softly, and the night air hums with inspiration. The listeners sit in thoughtful silence, their minds drifting to their own journeys, each one reflecting on what truly makes them rich in life.